Kansas City, they lose by a toe in the back of the end zone. The Raiders, they blow a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. Cowboys won the opener, then allowed 44 in a home loss to the Saints last week. The defense was just hideous. They allowed 372 of the 432 yards before any contact.
Is that a real stat?
Before contact. It's hard to believe. So, Rex, if I were to ask you for one word to describe that Dallas defense, what would it be?
Garbage.
What if I needed two words?
Hot garbage. That's what it was. Like, Greedy, this is the thing that drives me crazy. Like, look, they had a great week, and, man, everybody's patting them on the back, and I was like, yeah, all right, we're going to find out. And here's the thing. You know, in the NFL, they allow you to motion. Randy, you're going to tell me something about that later because they had no adjustments. Right. Guys, I mean, I could show you countless times they'd motion and be outflanked or whatever. In fact, we're going to roll to one right now because this is down in the red zone here, and defensive struggles. That's putting it nicely, by the way. Mike Parsons, the only one going to do anything. He's going to set an edge. But look, count those guys. All right, here we go. As the motion comes over, all right, your linebackers are all supposed to pull the string. They're supposed to come over with them. Nobody moves. Well, guess what? You know who moves? Everybody. Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. There's only 4 defenders. Oh, no. So you know who's got Kamara? That'd be the end zone. There's nobody there. Like, you're outnumbered. That's coaching. Are you absolutely kidding me? That's atrocious. It was the worst I've seen there. And the great thing, look, homeboy's sitting there. The one coach is like, hey, Micah, this is what you. No, Micah's the only one that got it right. The rest of them got it wrong. Go coach everybody else. You got to pull the string. And to me, it's an embarrassment. Look, Mike Zimmer's a good football coach.
Yes, he is.
But something's not right. Yeah, how the hell can you get outflanked? Yeah. You're playing a basic zone defense, all right, quarters, which Dallas played 200 years ago. Yeah, I get it. All right, but they're not ready for all the motions and all that stuff. Now, look, I'm going to say this for today. Yeah. How does it affect today? Derrick Henry should have a monster day, right? Well, if they don't make adjustments, Derrick Henry, honest to God, will have 500 yards rushing. All right, but they're going to make adjustments. They have to. And look, Baltimore does it differently. They do it with bigger personnel, not that fast motion and stuff like that. Randy, you were telling me something about that motion. I mean,
I really think today will play in the favor of the Dallas Cowboy defense. And the reason why, you just talked about the Saints and all the motion that they use, probably the tops in the league in the first couple of weeks. But that's not really what the Baltimore Ravens offense do. They're very vanilla. So I really think, I said it opening kicks, being able to stop Derrick Henry coming down here, Brew, earn the right to rush the passer and stop in the run.
You have to.
But one problem that they had last week was with a guy with sweet feet and Alvin Kamara. Baltimore Ravens got a guy with sweet feet, too. And I'm not talking about Derrick Henry. I'm talking about Lamar Jackson and his ability to escape and make big plays with his legs. So today, they got their work cut out for it. Can it be done? I think Mike Zimmer and his defense will fix some things, but they got a two-headed monster in that backfield. Can they slow it down? That's just how they're going to win the game today.
To see if they made adjustments is one thing, okay? You hope that there's any type of adjustment that Zim makes in terms of if they do show them any type of motion today. But one thing they will see is a different offensive line. That New Orleans Saint offensive line may be the best in the league, and in Baltimore they are struggling on the offensive line. So you'll see a difference in that. Now, the one thing I just don't want to see. I know they move Micah around and everything, that's great. They move DeMarcus Lawrence around over on in 3 techniques. Stop that, because when they get inside, they are not good run defenders stopping inside, because all they want to do is either slip blocks, slant, penetrate. It's not taking anyone on. And that good part you saw with Micah Parsons on that play, he's setting an edge, yes, but everyone else, I mean, it almost looks bad because the line of scrimmage is being moved. They have to win one-on-ones in terms of techniques. So hopefully they have that with the offensive line in Baltimore.
I don't love what's going on in Dallas, though, this all week. Micah Parsons in a prove-it game. I mean, it's September. What are we talking about?
Why are you worried about proving points when you should be worried about stopping people from scoring points?
And on the flip side of this, the Ravens, listen, they were a toe from winning their opener. They blew a 10-point lead. Like, this is still a really good football team. They're still finding their way, and I think a good matchup today against this Dallas defense. On the flip side of this, though, Dallas offense. Right? Like, who is going to emerge outside of CeeDee Lamb? Right? And it's great to have Ferguson back. If he comes back today, that'll be a big addition for them. But they've got to find somebody. We heard him mention the run game earlier, but I mean, who's it going to be?
Real quick, Greeny. One thing as a wide receiver, I look at tape. one thing to look at this game today, Dallas defense was very vulnerable in the middle of the field. They lit the big play to Shaheed. Olave came in the middle. So today, protecting that middle is a must in the passing game.
Well, you know, it's funny. It starts with protecting the quarterback. This is what Baltimore's going to have to do against Micah Parsons and company, not just with the run, but when you run it like that, the play action. We saw New Orleans tear them up.
They tore it up.
Because, and Derek Carr sitting back there all day long. He's like, how many Mississippis is this? About 10? And that's what it's going to be. And so Lamar, they have that scheme. You know, that Ravens has that scheme in pass protection. So watch for Lamar making some deep shots down that
in the middle of the field.
We'll talk much more about the Ravens a little later. They're 0-2 with a brutal schedule coming up. They have Buffalo and Cincinnati. If they lose today, they could be staring at 0-5. We will get to them. But the big story of this morning is the status of Justin Herbert. Shefty has an eye on him. Shefty, what do you know?
Well, there he is walking into the stadium this morning to get ready to potentially face the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll find out whether Justin Herbert can start later on in this show, Greeny. But Bryce Young has been benched for today after just 2 games with the new head coach. We'll tell you what that means for his future, how teams already are inquiring about a trade for him, and where this is all headed. Plus, after a huge Monday night win, Kirk Cousins takes on Patrick Mahomes. But before he does, Cousins takes us inside one of the most shocking moments when the Falcons drafted a quarterback.
I was certainly surprised, but you expect to play well enough that, you know, they wouldn't really be wanting to look elsewhere.